Okay, Nuclear Dad Gang, this is episode 9, and today we are talking about I wanna call this the danger room. Cause we're dangerous, right? I'm gonna keep pushing that. We're dangerous, you're dangerous, I'm dangerous. Men are dangerous. We know this to be true. If you don't believe it yet, you will in time. But all dangerous men have to cultivate the mind of a super warrior, right? And what is the first thing the warriors do before they get their title as warrior? They have to train, right? And where do you train? Now, you could go to the gym, you could go to a local park, work out, you could take walks around the neighborhood, you could do push ups in your living room when no one's home. But I'm talking about going beyond that. I'm talking about having a place that is uniquely your own. Some people call it the man cave. Superman had his fortress of solitude, but we're going to call it the danger room, right? I got a buddy. He's like extended family. Yeah, he's like extended family. But his name is Terrell. And Terrell and I grew up. I have an uncle that has children with his aunt. So by proxy, we're cousins, right? We grew up very close when we were younger. And then my family moved away and I lost contact with him somewhere in middle school. And I didn't see him again until we were like in our 30s via social media, of course. And it was like he was like a suggested friend. And I was like, oh snap, that's Terrell. So I reached out to him. We talked, found out we did a lot of the same things. And Terrell is a dope artist. Some of what he's done has inspired the Nuclear Dad. He had this song. He's a rapper. He's an actor. He writes plays. He does fashion. But he has a group or his record label, his brand is called the Danger Zone. And I always thought that name was dope. Not taking anything from him, but I thought about him as I was thinking about this show. For the last couple of shows, I've been preaching being dangerous, and when I was thinking about where I record this podcast, it's the same place where I paint, where I read, where I do a lot of my artistic stuff, where I do a lot of my introspection when I can get away from the wife and kids for a bit. This is my fortress of solitude, right? This is my man cave. It's gotten pretty cluttered over the years. I need to clean it out and declutter it. But I have this small dedicated space in the back where my computer's set up and my mic and my lights. And this is where I make the magic happen. This is where the Nuclear Dad was born. I came up with this idea sitting in this very same chair that I'm recording from. I couldn't have done it watching my kids. I couldn't have done it changing diapers, helping with homework, doing laundry or picking out clothes for the next day or making my kids lunch. I couldn't have done it then. I couldn't have came up with this idea then because I needed this space. I needed this quiet, dedicated area that is uniquely mine. And I think every man needs that. I think we all need a danger room. Or as my buddy calls it, the danger zone. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the importance of having your own space as a man, away from the family, away from the wife, away from the kids, no feminine influence, no adolescent or toddler or child influence. This is just you, sir, alone in a room with your thoughts and your things that you can sit back in silence and solitude and ponder on what your next move is and how you're going to be the most dangerous man in the room. All right. That was a little bit of Danger Zone from the Top Gun soundtrack. Feeling a little mavericky tonight. And that's by your boy Kenny Loggins. It's a classic. It's a classic. I don't have any issues with mixing hip hop with rock, with alternative, with as long as the music is good and it fits the show, it's going in. Curse words, no curse words. It depends on the vibe. It depends on the mood. So yeah, Kenny Loggins. That's what we starting off with, because we're dangerous and we're entering the danger zone. This is about setting up your danger room for maximum efficiency. Every man needs a danger room. You cannot convince me otherwise. It just has to happen. So I want to jump into some articles. I want to give you some stats and some information and some data as to why this is a fact, not a suggestion. TheScienceTimes.com, September 26, 2020. Hannah C. is the writer, and the article is titled "The Psychology Behind Man Caves and She Sheds." I don't care about the she sheds. Let somebody else talk about that for the women. This is all about the men. A gaming room, a pool table, bar area, music studio, and a "no woman allowed" sign are typical characteristics of a man cave. Psychologists have ruled out that some men build man caves since the woman typically designs the interior of a house. Apparently, it's much deeper than that. I would say so, Doc. To balance the structure and house decorations, some men need a space to express themselves. According to psychologist Sam Gosling, the author of Snoop, What Your Stuff Says About You, it is essential to have one's own space that resonates with who you are. A man cave shared with other guy friends is a space where his emotional needs can be met, which he may not find in different rooms or spaces in the rest of the house. It is critical, notes Gosling, that there should be no compromise as to the man cave is his cave. His personal space is the architectural equivalent to hanging out with friends. Moreover, men's thinking of wanting to buy a boat, tune up a car, and drink with his buddies is a translation of him regulating his emotions, explained Gosling. Meeting a man's emotional needs. The man cave is therapeutic. Yes, it is. The study called Man Caves and Masculinity says, where researchers interviewed American suburban men, the man cave allows men to display their unique identities, relax, and even reflect on their life goals. Told you. The authors also noted the importance of men identifying themselves as fathers and husbands as they relax from the pressures of work and domestic life in their safe space. Circumscribed by egalitarian ideology and the family ideal, male spaces also foster paternal and fraternal bonds instrumental for creating masculinity at home. But can a man cave go too far? I don't think so. Earlier in July, 3 men were discovered to have turned a storage room into a man cave beneath New York's Grand Central Terminal. The room was reported to have a futon couch, a flat-screen television, refrigerator with beer, and a microwave. So they got off the train and went and chilled. The 3 railroad employees, they got off of work. They got off of work and went and chilled. The 3 railroad employees were suspended without pay. They reported that they used the secret room to hang out, party, and get drunk. The TV and couch were hidden in wooden cabinets. That's dope. They talk about the she shed. I don't care about that. We're not reading that. Sorry, ladies. Find it on your own. Another article, mymove.com, Why Every Man Needs a Man Cave. Blah, 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 blah. A place to unwind. After a long day at work, we all crave the creature comforts of home, a quiet retreat where we can plunk down on the sofa, chill out with a drink, and unwind. This is the basic reason why every man needs a man cave. Believe it or not, there are some basic health benefits to be derived from the use of a man cave. In fact, one man by the name of John Bryant touts himself as the man cave counselor, helping men around the globe carve out a space to call their own and educating them about their rooms and mental health benefits. In fact, these manly retreats can actually improve a marriage. After all, what is more pleasant than a man who is relaxed and palpable? This is how most men feel after an hour spent de-stressing in their private abode. If you crave a husband who is willing to listen, one who is happy and stress-free, then maybe you should indulge him with his own man cave getaway. Now, I like where he went with that. But over here, we don't ask for permission, gentlemen. We are the king of the castle. Now, I would suggest that you would suggest to your wife, you know what? I need a space of my own. I got to find something in this house, a room, a closet, the garage, a shed in the backyard, part of the basement, a den that I'm going to make my own. Because women like men who are dangerous. So you're not asking, hey honey, would it be okay if I... Nope. Nah, we don't do that over here. Now, if it's something serious that's going to affect the overall health of your relationship in a negative way, possibly, then yeah, it's okay to be like, hey honey, I think I might want to do XYZ. What are your thoughts on that? But when it comes to this, nah, let her listen to this show or find some articles on the internet that's backed up by psychological data and say, hey, I need my own space and this is why. I'm frustrated at work. I can't stand my boss. I can't stand my coworkers. My commute is killing me. The kids are driving me nuts. I got gray hairs, new gray hairs every day. I need the space of my own. Either that, or if you're a drinker, you go off to the bar, but we don't condone alcoholism either. Men need somewhere to display the things they love. Speaking from a female perspective, what? All right, yeah, I'm not even going to read the rest. Next article. Esquire.com. F your man cave. Your outdated dude layer says some terrible things about you. Written by a woman. This is a terrible trope of family sitcoms, Super Bowl commercials, and any other area that our culture has let toxic masculinity run wild. Oh, she man bashing. The husband, usually dressed in cargo shorts and a visor, who dresses like that, explains to his wife why he needs a space that can serve as his man cave, a place where antiquated troglodyte mentalities can thrive. It's insulting, it's tacky, and surprise, it comes with a fundamentally dark origin story. Okay, I want to hear what she's saying. A man cave for the uninitiated is defined as a space within your home that is exclusive domain of the man of the house, for him to decorate and do with as he pleases. As such, its furnishing typically showcase the trifecta of chic billboards, booze paraphernalia, and black leather, and the tout fine finishes like parking for Packers fan only and neon Miller High Life signs. Sounds benign enough, right? Let's unpack this garbage a little further. Oh, I don't like this lady already. The term man cave first cropped up in 1992, and John Gray's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus earned itself a hashtag circa 2008 and gained a foothold over the last 30 years as the number of women working outside the home grew. Couple that with an increase in the number of men taking on shared childcare responsibilities, as well as a decrease in population in male-only private clubs, and the response has been some men creating a space in their own home they feel can be exclusively their own. Literally, advances for women in the workforce, academia birthed this malignant dude dwelling. Yo, she's a hater. She probably single. I'm not reading no more of her man bashing. We don't do that here. She says it's a bad idea. I say, nope, it's a great idea, fellas. Get you a man cave. Don't let your wife tell you no. And if not, then you got to hang out in your car until you can figure something out. But either way, everybody needs space to themselves. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to let it stand. Taking a stand right here and right now. We are going to have our man cave. We're going to have our fortress of solitude. We are going to have our danger room, and you can't stop it. All right, that was Can't Stop Me by Jadakiss. When that song came out, I was feeling confident and cocky. I was in a bad relationship. Most of my adult life, I was in bad relationships. But, it was all learning experiences, so I'm not even going to bash my exes. My wife's here. They're not. I won. They lost. Haha. But that song is exactly what I'm talking about. They can't stop the man cave, baby. And why would you even want to? The fact that I'm still talking about this last article, I don't even know her name anymore. I closed the screen. She pissed me off so much. Troglodyte, dark origins. She sounds like a hater. I don't want to hear what she has to say. I don't care how much sense it makes. It's from a female perspective, not misogynistic. But I'm going to repeat this every couple of shows. They change hormonally every couple of days. So what she wrote that day, she could feel totally different about it tomorrow. So what she says holds no merit in a nuclear dad universe. Because we are about men lifting each other up, turning ourselves into superheroes for our husbands and our families. And yes, we are humans capable of flaw. We don't always make the right decisions. We don't always say the right things. We're men, but we always, 120% of the time, have the right intention. So because we do what we do for our family, and we hold down the fort, and we provide and protect and secure and nurture at the same time, we deserve a little R&R in our own little dedicated space. So what she's talking is garbage. You take a deep breath. Let's get into some more data. This is from theessentialman.com from 2019. Why every man needs time alone. Alone time, man cave, masculinity, solitude are the key words. How to pimp out a man cave. And men going their own way are trending in the Google search engines. The need to escape the burdens of life is not necessarily a new concept to the male psyche, but the pressures and expectations being asked of modern men are raising the bar in the capacities we are being called to hold. Despite our popular idea of the 4-hour work week, the actual working reality that the majority of modern men face is the experience of being held hostage to their jobs for 40 to 60 hours per week. If we count the work we do outside of the domain of clocking hours and getting paid, the average man, in particular those in relationships and with families, arrives home on the domestic front with a busload of tasks egging him on: laundry, meals, taxes, attending to his intimate partnership. For many of us, there can seem to be a constant summoning of list of to-dos, even to the point of things we are supposed to do for our own enjoyment, like connecting intimately with our partner, can begin to feel burdensome. All of this doing weighs heavily on a man's soul, not because there isn't some satisfaction he gets from serving and providing, but in the constant outputting without attending to his deeper needs. His tank will start to run on empty. That's right, you burn a candle at both ends. Soon you will not have enough light for yourself. And the same can go for women. But let somebody come up with the nuclear bomb and they can figure that out. As men that are more masculine-oriented creatures, we have a deeply ingrained internal wiring that seeks freedom from the burdens of existence in some form or another. Often, the drive to accomplish things in the world is driven by this paradisiacal land of eventual freedom. Once we make it, we can finally relax. Having built a cash cow by the age of retirement may for some be worth being on the train of stress and strain for 40 plus years, but often it doesn't pay out in the dividends of the ultimate relaxation that many men are holding out for. I mean, this guy's making a lot of good points, and I'm not going to read the whole article because you get it. There's no point in reading the whole article because we know that we need a little bit of time. Let's skip down. For generations, men were conditioned to compartmentalize their emotions. We have been trained to withhold these primary aspects of our life expectancies from others. And as a result of this, not only are men experiencing disconnect from themselves, but also not having the skills to connect with others with any kind of depth. All humans are evolutionarily wired for relationships. It is rare for men to have genuine connections where they feel safe to fully be themselves. It's this absence of open communication and a truth-revealing kind of relating that is the leading cause to the loneliness epidemic. men can be lonely. Because we're taught that, we're supposed to be strong and silent, and we're supposed to work and not complain. And a lot of our fathers and grandfathers did just that. I mean, they complained with other men, maybe at the barbershop, maybe at the social club, if they were part of any fraternal orders. Yeah, they could talk and bash women and complain about, the teenage son that they think might be good for nothing, or the teenage daughter who could be promiscuous, or just like her mother, or just like the mother-in-law. It's a million reasons. I won't get into any of them outside of what I just did. But there's a million reasons why men can talk about women. There's a million reasons why men complain. But the fact of the matter is, generally speaking, we don't. We keep it all in until we don't. And then we explode and people think we're crazy. We're not crazy. We're dangerous. So let me be dangerous in a safe, confined space, and I could be a better me for you. But I need to be able to express myself in a way that's constructive and creative. Now, some men, they go out and box, they do MMA or Muay Thai or karate. Some men don't choose violence. Some men choose a more creative way to express themselves. Some men do art, some men play music. Whatever the case, we need a space where we can do these things and not have kids like, hey, daddy, what you doing? Hey, daddy, watch me. I can do that. And it's cute that you want to do that, son or daughter. But I need you to stand over there, because I'm doing these jumper jacks and I'm going to kick you in the gut or slap you in the head by accident. It's cute that you want to be included, honey. But this right here, you don't want none of this right here. This ain't for you. It's dangerous over here. You find something that's dangerous, your equivalent of dangerous, over there, and do that. All right, that was actually Manly Men from the show 2.5 Men. I didn't think I would be able to find that song, but yeah, because I mean it's only like 3 words, man and manly men, and it's self-explanatory. It's a song about men. So why not throw it on in there? Like I said, I don't care if it's hip hop, if it's pop, in this case a TV jingle. If it applies, it's going in the show. Once again, you can only hear the music on Spotify, so jump on over to Spotify and check it out. But things you need in a man cave. This isn't an article. This is just me telling you what I know works. Or your danger room. That's what we're calling it, right? Things you need in your danger room. So you need things that make you you, that make you feel manly and virile, right? And you need some things that are going to create thought expansion and ideas. And you're going to need some weapons. I'm serious. So let's take it from the top. Things that make you uniquely you. Like that one hater lady said, some dark items and Miller High Life. If that's your thing, go ahead and throw that in there. I don't have any of the boo stuff. Oh, actually, my wife bought me years ago a neon beer bottle. It's a giant beer bottle with neon lights on it. It says Coors Light. I don't drink Coors Light, but it's in the corner. I don't want to throw it out because I don't want her to be disappointed. At the time she bought it, I was a beer drinker, not Coors Light though. But I've since stopped drinking all alcohol. But yeah, if that's your thing, go ahead and put it up. I'm not hating. You do what feels good for you. But you're gonna need some things that are you. So if it like she said, the Packers fans only. Over here, it's the Eagles, baby. So I don't want to hear about no Packers, or definitely not the Cowboys or the Patriots. But if you want to put up football stuff, go ahead. You want to put up some jerseys, go ahead. Autograph picture, go ahead. Sign football, sign baseball, put those things up. Some old comic books from back in the day, put them up. Because it's going to take you back to a time when life was innocent and you didn't have all these responsibilities and you had all of this life and vigor and you wanted to conquer the world, it's going to take you back to that time every time you look at it. Sometimes you may have to put it away for a while and then break it back out in a couple of months to get that feeling back. But whatever it is that makes you you, your grandfather's ring or his war medal or his flag from when he served, the one that they give at the funeral, all of those things, honor the men that came before you, because that's part of what makes you who you are. You got to have those things. Those are bare minimum. You got to have those things. And then some things that represent learning, right? Some books. I hope you read them. But some books. Number one book is the Bible. Keep the Bible close by. Consult it in times of worry, stress, and doubt. Keep that word near you. And you want to have other books on self-improvement, maybe home improvement, things for your mental state. I'm looking at some of the books in my stack. I got all kind of stuff in here. I got a book called The 3-Pound Universe. It's all about the human brain. It's crazy. I got all kind of books. I got some stuff I need to get rid of. I got books on meditation. I got super learning. I don't know if you heard me talk about that. Let me actually pull that out because I can tell you the author. Super learning is a new stress-free, fast learning methods you can use to develop super memory and improve business and sports performance, by Sheila Ostrander and Lynn Schroeder with Nancy Ostrander. Super learning describes a stress-free, rapid way to learn facts, figures, and languages. Suggestology, pioneered in Bulgaria and the USSR, adapted and used successfully in United States schools and businesses, gives a do-it-yourself program to develop super memory and learn 2 to 10 times faster. Reap the health benefits of meditation as you learn. Reap the health benefits of meditation as you learn. Explore the secrets of music to alter consciousness and speed up learning. Super learning I'm not going to get into that. Whatever the case, this is a great book. When is the copyright? Let me see if I can find the copyright. It's not new. I can tell you that. A lot of books I buy are old. This copyright, this is the 7th printing. Copyright in 1980. The original copyright is 1979. So this book is older than me. So you need books like that. Books that's going to help you expand your mind, expand your consciousness, help with your memory, help you learn. You need things for information. You need books. And I would say the last 2 or 3 things, you need something that brings beauty, some kind of art, whether you make it yourself or your kids make it or you buy it. You need something that's going to represent your subconscious mind, right? You need something pretty to look at sometimes. Maybe you got a nice painting that just helps you think. You can stare at it for hours on end. You need that. Or if you make art, zone out one day. Make a piece that's going to be your reflection piece. Could just be a canvas with one color on it and a dot in the middle, or 3 dots. Or some interesting project you could try. Paint a picture, let's say it's a solid blue, and you take another blue that's very similar in shade, but you can't tell the difference. Maybe the same blue, add a little white to it. Same blue, add a little yellow to it, or a little black to it, and make dots. Just make dots. Let it dry. From far away, you're not going to be able to tell that it's not a solid color. But when you stare at it long enough, you're going to start to see pictures form. You're going to get ideas. I promise you this will work. Try that if you are on the creative side. And then I would say something that represents life and death. And by that, I mean a plant represents life, or a fountain with flowing water represents life. And then some weapons. Gun case, a samurai sword, a katana blade, some ninja stars, some daggers, some machetes. You need all these things because all these things make up the male psyche. And then something that makes it smell good. Potpourri, some pipe tobacco. You don't gotta smoke it. Just put it in a jar and sit it out. A scented candle. Something manly though, right? Like Ververter or bergamot or some of these manly smells. Actually, tobacco smells really good. I got a tobacco vanilla soap that is awesome. I use that when I want to feel manly. When I need to get my thoughts right, I use my tobacco soap. It smells unlike anything I've ever used before. And then I spray some cologne on. I may be going to bed, but it puts me in a space mentally where I can think about being dangerous, honestly. But that's what you need in your man cave. So let's recap. What do we say? Something that's uniquely you, something that represents you and maybe the men from your past, your lineage. You need something for information and productivity, so some books. You also need something to write with. You need paper. You need a good amount of paper and pens and pencils. You need something beautiful, some art, handmade or store-bought, doesn't matter. Child-made, doesn't matter. You need something that represents life and death. Some plants, some water, some weapons. And you need a nice chair to sit in. And something to make the room smell good. You got to create an environment of serenity and masculine serenity. There we go. But that's your danger room, gentlemen. That's how you do it. And I want you to seriously think about doing this. It can be done over time or in a weekend. Just plan out what you want. And remember, plan, prepare, write it down on paper, and then execute it. You can go out in a day and get all of this stuff. You may not decorate it the way you want in a day, but if you know exactly what you want, you can go out and get it. Just sit it in this space. When you get time, hook it up. Hang the pictures, put the tobacco or the candle out, get your little bookshelf, get some books, go to the thrift store, go to the Goodwill, find some books, go on Amazon, search used books online. You can get some good used books for super cheap. I did not buy Super Learning new. That's all. Is the price tag still on it? I scraped it off, but it was. Price tag was on it. And I'm pretty sure I paid no more than $5 or $6 for it. Bought it used. It's in pristine condition. But there's all kind of stuff you can do. I got a random book on mathematical equations. Sometimes I look at it and just do equations. Because math keeps your mind sharp. I got a book called Einstein's Refrigerator. I'm just looking at stuff around me. I got all kind of books in here. I have more books than I have anything else. I've collected books for years. Let me see, it's one above my head. What is this? The Wealth Choice by Dennis Kimbrough. What's this? I think I know what this is. On Man and the Universe by Aristotle. This is the stuff that's laying around in my danger room. What's this? Man and His Symbols by Carl Jung. This is the stuff I read. I don't have too many magazines. I probably threw them all out. But I don't have too many. I see another book that says Super Consciousness. I got books all over this place. But that's what I do. I fill my brain with info. But one book that I always go back to is Super Learning. I need to revisit that. Because it's how I keep all of this stuff inside. It's how I'm able to read so much and retain so much and regurgitate it like I'm reading it for you. Now, the articles I read, yeah, those are right up on the internet. But all this other stuff is inside my brain and it's not going anywhere. Now, unless I have a major health tragedy, but we pray for good health. But that's it, gentlemen. I'll see if we have some more. I got one more article I want to read for you, maybe two. But let's get some music going. We'll come back in a second. All right, that was Danger by Mystical. Old school classic. I mean, he really wasn't talking about being dangerous. He was talking about some other stuff, but he said danger in the song, so it goes. Now, real quick, this is the last segment. We're going to talk about a war room. I didn't even look up danger room. That's probably on here too, but we're going to go with war room. That's the most popular term used. Because I want you to get out of the idea of a man cave. It's not a man cave. It's a danger room or a war room. Merriam-Webster's defines a war room as a room at military headquarters where maps showing the current status of troops in the battle are maintained. Or 2, a room as at a business headquarters used for conferences and planning that is often specially equipped with computers or charts. Think about that. In military and in business, the objective is to win. And I'm going to take it a step further and say, in life, in military and in business, the objective is to win. So let's look at BMI, businessmodelincorporated.com. They have a blog. I don't know when this is written, but the article is How to Design Your Strategy War Room. As our way of working is evolving, the approach to design strategy needs to evolve too. Workspaces are evolving along with rapid changes in types of work. With many new collaborative working styles of the future, in our time we are now witnessing an increasing number of independent workers, mobile workers, and there are different types of space as containers that embrace new ways of collaboration. Just by observing the pop-up co-working spaces, cafes, new office designs around you, they redefine our expectations of a workplace, i.e. not fixed but movable partitions, a blurry boundary between work and life, more transparent and horizontal settings. What I want you to take away from that is a blurry boundary between work and life. And this is how I want you to set up your war room. Some aspects from your life, some aspects of what you want to accomplish out of life. Work and life balance in one place, in one central location, in one setting, preferably in your house. If by chance you have to go rent a space so you can have some solitude, do it. If you have to rent a freaking one of these storage units, do it. Because some of those joints are like $30 a month. You just need a chair and a table and some books and something pretty and some weapons. You can go there twice a week. Stay there for an hour. They don't gotta know you're moving or moving out. Just go move your things in once. Go hang out. If you're gonna do that, get a place that's not ground level. Because as the seasons change, it's gonna be cold. But that would be my advice. If you can't afford it in the house and nobody's gonna come there, get a storage space. It'll work just the same. Now this is a place that this talks about co-working spaces, so I'm not even going to get into it. But I will scroll down and says the core principle of a war room design: the present and the future are able to be observed at the same time. Based on our experiences of leading strategic discussion and designing innovation processes for various organizations, here is a strategy war room design that you can adapt. The core principle for a strategy room is that the present and future can be seen simultaneously. As we observe, teams jump into the discussion about the future but neglect to mention their thoughts on the present. What's the consequence? In our simple experiments, employees from the same companies, even the same business unit, were asked to describe the business model of the present in the form of the business model canvas. The results showed that they had a largely different understanding and assumptions of what businesses they are in now. And these different assumptions are often invisible when we discuss the future, leaving those proposed ideas to remain unconnected. The strategy war room design can help you and your team take a look at the now and quickly move to the future possibilities while making them connected. So, again, put up stuff from the past, plot out your future. That's how you connect the past and the present and the future in your war room. The past can be, like I said, those old comic books from back in the day, those old baseball cards from back in the day, something from your father, something from your grandfather, something from your family, old photos. The future, these are your books, this is your paper, these are your constructs of what you want your life to be like 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. Connect the past, the present, and the future. Boom. And then this is another business article. What is a war room and how to use it in project management? You will scroll through. The concept of a war room in project management has been around for a long time. However, many people still do not know about this concept. When you think or hear of a war room, you probably think of a business and banking, right? However, war rooms are a very real thing in the world of banking. War rooms were first introduced during war times, unsurprisingly, which is where the name originates from. War rooms were used by generals and military leaders to discuss tactics and strategies to move the war forward. This is exactly how it's still used today, but in project management as opposed to war. Project management consists of creating plans and strategies to manage resources to complete projects. These projects are time-based goals to create something, such as a service of worth. War rooms are ideal for getting together and discussing the management with these projects, which may require a lot of interaction between people, resulting in meetings. We're not talking about that. Ain't nobody coming into your danger room. That's your fortress of solitude. It's a fortress of solitude for a reason. So I'm not even going to get into the article because we know how it works. We know what it is. Think about those old movies with the generals. You got one on the left side of the table, one on the right side of the table. The room is dimly lit. There's a interrogation type light shining downward onto a map, and you got some little armyman pieces and some tanks and maybe a little castle. It's like they're playing chess. It's almost like the game of Risk. You could do the same thing. You could put a map on the table, or you could do a flow chart or a mind map, and you can get some little pieces from the dollar store, maybe some pebbles, some marbles, something that can stand still, Monopoly pieces even, and you can have one thing being your goal, and you can have a timeline, and you can have a little piece representing you, and slowly but surely, little by little, you're inching toward your goal. That is actually a good visual concept to put down so you can see where you are. And again, get some systems. Have some project management software because it works for more than just projects. Your life is one big project and you have a deadline. The problem is you don't know when the deadline is. So my advice is to get cracking and do as much as you can today, tomorrow, and in a week from now, so you can be the best you possible, the most dangerous man in the room. Now, I want you guys to remember a couple of things. Before we go, I want you to remember to stay focused. Remember your vision. Remember to be vigilant. Remember your mission. Stay on course. And remember, stay cool.